Welcome to our episode on handling customer service calls. Rachel, when a customer calls an electronics store, what's the most effective and polite way for both parties to begin the conversation?
Great question. A customer might start with, "Good afternoon. I'm calling about an issue with my recent order." This sets a respectful tone right away. Meanwhile, the agent could reply, "Thank you for calling. My name is Rachel. How may I assist you today?"
So, those formal greetings signal professionalism and help keep the mood calm. How important is it for learners to use these set phrases compared to more casual language?
It's crucial, especially on the phone where visual cues are missing. Formal phrases like, "Could you please tell me?" show respect and reduce the risk of misunderstanding, which is especially helpful for English learners navigating real-world scenarios.
Let's move on to expressing dissatisfaction. Suppose Daniel received a faulty speaker. How might he start voicing his concern without sounding rude?
He could say, "I'm sorry to bother you, but I received a damaged product in my last order." Adding an apology helps soften the complaint. It's a polite way to indicate there's a problem.
That's a great tip. What if Daniel's really upset though? Can he maintain politeness even when emotions run high?
He might use modal verbs for indirectness, like, "Could you please look into this issue for me?" This keeps the conversation solution-focused rather than confrontational, which is essential in professional contexts.
Once the issue is introduced, what's the best way for an agent to gather more information, especially using formal question forms?
The agent could ask, "Could you provide your order number, please?" Or, "Would you mind describing the issue in more detail?" These indirect forms sound less demanding and more courteous.
Why are indirect questions preferred in customer service over direct ones like "What happened?"
Indirect questions reduce pressure and signal empathy. For instance, "Could you tell me exactly when you noticed the problem?" feels much more inviting than a blunt approach.
After gathering details, how can an agent show they're actively listening and understanding the customer's problem?
Echoing the issue back is key. For example, "So, just to confirm, you received a speaker with a broken volume knob, correct?" This not only confirms details, but reassures the customer their concern is being taken seriously.
Does this approach also help avoid misunderstandings that might escalate the complaint?
Absolutely. Clarifying details early prevents future confusion and shows professionalism. According to a 2022 Zendesk report, 68% of customers feel more satisfied when agents repeat back their concerns for confirmation.
Let's discuss apologies. What makes a customer service apology effective, and how should it be phrased?
A strong apology acknowledges the issue and the inconvenience. For instance, "We sincerely apologize for the inconvenience this has caused." Adding details like, "We understand how important this product is for you," personalizes the response and builds trust.
Is it enough to just say sorry, or should the agent go further?
Going further is essential. Promising to resolve the issue and explaining next steps such as, "We will look into a replacement for you," shows commitment beyond just words.
Once the problem is established, how does an agent present possible solutions like refunds or replacements using polite, formal language?
They might say, "We could offer you a replacement or process a refund, depending on your preference." This gives the customer agency. Additionally, using modals like could and would keeps the tone respectful and open-ended.
Can you provide a real-world example where a customer was offered multiple options?
Certainly. In a 2021 customer service survey, companies that presented 3 solution options saw a 20% higher resolution rate, as customers felt more in control and left more positive feedback.
Sometimes, frontline agents can't resolve an issue immediately. How should escalation be handled, both linguistically and professionally?
The agent could say, "I might need to escalate this to our technical team for further assistance. Would you be comfortable holding while I connect you?" This informs the customer and maintains transparency.
Are there risks if escalation isn't communicated clearly?
Yes, unclear escalation leads to frustration. A Microsoft study found 60% of customers rate poor communication during escalation as their top complaint. Clarity and politeness are critical at this stage.
Once a solution is agreed upon, how can the agent summarize next steps to ensure everything is clear and the customer feels reassured?
A good approach is, to summarize, "We'll send you a replacement speaker. and you'll receive a confirmation email within 24 hours. Would that be acceptable? This recap confirms mutual understanding.
Does this final summary also serve as a safeguard against future disputes?
Precisely. Documenting the agreed process reduces confusion and builds customer trust, which, according to the Harvard Business Review, increases customer retention by up to 15%.
Tone can be hard to manage over the phone, especially in a second language. What strategies can help learners recognize and maintain a formal, respectful tone in English?
One effective method is to use modal verbs could, would, might, and avoid contractions. Phrases like, "Would you be able to assist me with this?" sound more formal than, "Can you help me?"
Can you give an analogy for why tone matters so much in customer service?
Think of tone as the packaging for your message, just as a gift seems more valuable in elegant wrapping. Polite language makes your request more likely to be well received.
To wrap up, let's encourage listeners to practice both the customer and agent roles. How can listeners use role-play to build confidence and fluency?
Listeners can repeat sample dialogues, focusing on pronunciation and tone. For instance, try saying, "Could you please help me with a refund?" And then, as the agent, "I'd be happy to assist you with that." This repetition builds muscle memory for real calls.
Are there any additional strategies you'd recommend for mastering these expressions in real-life situations?
Practice with a partner or record yourself, then listen for tone and clarity. Over time, these exercises will make polite, professional customer service language feel natural, preparing you for any scenario.